I'm Mary Caldwell, an energetic person in an energetic business. Whether I'm anchoring for Daily Iowan TV, reporting on politics, or producing a half-hour live show, I am always giving it my all. And even though I can't do it all, I have a particular passion for producing. My mom would say it's my need to always have control, but I find that deadlines, ever-changing stories, and endless opportunities for creativity that come from producing are what keep pulling me in. Here are a few stories that capture my energy. I hope you enjoy. The gym, a place where fitness buffs spend hours lifting, running, and taking exercise classes. One of these fitness buffs is Mary Kate Schmidt, and for her, the gym is a home away from home. Schmidt is involved in women's fitness competitions, so for her, diet and exercise are not just a part of life, they're her whole life. The meals she prepares consist of
this is just oatmeal and fruit,
along with a high-protein and low-carb diet. But why does she do it?
It's always fun to have abs all of a sudden. If that's not something that you've always, that's always fun, but for me it's about the competition, I think.
Her workouts are long and strenuous, but this is the lifestyle for people who enter into these competitions. I talked to registered dietitian Joanne Daylor-Miller about some of the risk of having a lifestyle like this.
These types of competitions can put those women who are at risk of an eating disorder at greater risk, or just trigger the eating disorder for them. And I do see that among both men and women, those who are into the extreme workouts. They will come in and they will make many statements that are reflective of disordered eating.
Miller went on to say that, like anything, there is a good and a bad way to go about these competitions. As for Schmidt,
I would rather not do a show than put myself through something unhealthy, so I try to go about it in a really balanced way.
Schmidt said that her competition is in 3 weeks and she plans on competing for as long as possible. This is Mary Caldwell for Daily Iowan TV. Black Friday shopping can be a nightmare for some people. The chaos, endless lines, and fights can almost be too much for some shoppers. But in the small town of Iowa Falls, where there are no Targets or big businesses to wait in line at, Small Business Saturday is the way to go. Small Business Saturday is promoted by American Express, which is why these balloons are displayed all around town. And to help out each of these businesses, the Chamber Main Street provided these bags for each of the stores to hand out to all of their customers. Lori Hadwiger owns Trendy Threads, a small women's boutique in downtown Iowa Falls, and she looks forward to this day and this season.
Yesterday and today are really good shopping days, and look forward to actually December being really good too. Yeah, compared to other days, these 2 days are really good.
Owning a small business in a small town can be a great place to start for recently graduated students. Jennifer Bickness owns Copper Cupboard and Belle Floral. She had a little advice for up-and-coming small business owners.
I think there's opportunities to work. I think there's incredible opportunities to be an entrepreneur. I think that's the kind of society that we live in.
Shopping local has made a big impact on this town, and Small Business Saturday is no small matter in a small town. Reporting from Iowa Falls, Iowa, this is Mary Caldwell for Daily Iowan TV. Poems, history, and songs of World War I are all part of one educational afternoon at the Iowa City Library. In honor of the 100th anniversary of World War I, many came to recognize and remember one of the greatest wars in American history. While the music lifted the spirit of the room, some of the poems had darker narratives.
I saw him drowning. In all my dreams, before my helpless sight, he plunges at me, guttering, choking, drowning.
The poems were read by members of Reading Aloud, a group of senior citizens who read poetry around Iowa City. I also spoke with Ina Lohnenberg, a member of Reading Aloud, about how their poems contributed to this event.
Poems from World War I are really strong and wonderful poems, but it struck me that they are so really dark.
Even though the poetry was dark, the music was quite light. It was performed by Voice of Experience and Iowa City Singing Group, directed by Joyce Brocky. Brocky was very pleased with how the event was laid out.
I thought everyone did wonderful. I was so pleased.
And to give everyone a dose of history, historian Lauren Horton was also at the event to give his speech on the effects of the war.
If you have more than 40 million people killed as a direct result of the war, I consider that a catastrophe.
Reporting from Iowa City Public Library, this is Mary Caldwell for Daily Iowan TV.